The last 16 bracket for the 2019 Women's World Cup is set after the curtain came down on the group stage on Thursday. Host France will kick off the next round of fixtures when they take on Brazil on Sunday. The French topped Group A with a 100% win record, but France coach Corinne Diacre still demands an improvement in her side's transitions of play.
If we keep on having many opportunities and at the end we win the games, I can be satisfied sincerely. Now listen, regarding the offensive efficiency we have analyzed, training sessions are not the same as a match, but in any case we try to work the quality of our passes, the quality of our movements in the pitch and the quality scoring.
France will be facing a Brazil side that have been well below their best at the competition, but managed to qualify to the knockout rounds as the best third-place team. Apart from the problems we are suffering, our national team feel confident about facing France. Without any doubt, France is in a special moment. They are the host country, they have the fans supporting them. In brief, they have all the football requirements. That's why maybe I give France an advantage, but technically speaking, within the field, it's where things will happen. No European host has ever made it past the first knockout game in Women's World Cup history. History France will be hoping to rewrite tomorrow. Host Egypt made the ideal start to the African Cup of Nations by beating Zimbabwe in the opening game of the tournament in Cairo. Mahmoud Trezeguet scored the only goal of the game with a curled finish just before half-time. Liverpool forward Mo Salah came close to doubling his side lead in the second half, but his low drive was kept out by Zimbabwe keeper Edmore Sibanda. Ovidi Karuru had Zimbabwe's best chance with a 30-yard strike late on. The starting of the competition was very important after the win. God willing, we'll be better next games. The game looked tough because we scored only one goal, but then the team started to improve.
Now we are focusing with Uganda next match. What happened yesterday is now behind us. We just leave. Now we are focusing on what is coming on next, our next match.
On Saturday afternoon, Roger Federer set a Noventi Open tournament record, and by doing so, the top seed will have a chance to make personal history on Sunday. Federer defeated Frenchman Pierre-Hugues Herbert 6-3, 6-3 to reach his 13th final in Halle, the most in the ATP 500 events history. The world number 3 will face David Goffin in the championship match, an opportunity for the Swiss to claim his 10th title here and the first time he could potentially lift 10 trophies at a single tournament.
I thought it was a very solid performance for me. I didn't struggle on serve, and I had my opportunities on the return. I was able to take them, so I thought it was a really good performance from my side. I was able to find some good energy today, especially in the important moments, because the last couple of days, like I said, have been tough. It's been a lot of tennis, so it's maybe exactly what I need going into the finals now.
Matteo Berrettini had been nearly unbreakable over the past 2 weeks, but that did not stop David Goffin from beating the Italian earlier today. The Frenchman ousted Berrettini 7-6, 6-3 to reach the final of the Noventi Open, his first championship match since finishing runner-up at the 2017 Nitto ATP Finals. Goffin snapped Berrettini's 8-match winning streak as he withstood the Italian's 14 aces, serving all 3 breakpoints he faced to claim victory in 1 hour and 37 minutes. Lewis Hamilton has beaten Mercedes teammate Valtteri Bottas to pole position at the French Grand Prix. Ferrari's Charles Leclerc took third, while teammate Sebastian Vettel could only manage 7th place. But the stars of qualifying were arguably the McLarens, with Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz closely matched. Renault's Daniel Ricciardo was 8th, 0.5 seconds slower than Norris, with Red Bull's Pierre Gasly 9th and Alfa Romeo's Antonio Giovinazzi completing the top 10. Familiar story for Williams, who start at the back of the grid. To cycling now, and Giovanni Visconti sealed victory on stage 4 of Tour of Slovenia today. The 4 men were isolated in the last climb of the day, a 9-kilometer pass at 8% average slope. However, it was the Italian veteran who came in ahead of compatriot Diego Ulissi and Slovenian Tadej Pogačar, finishing the 153.9-kilometer stage from Nova Gorizia in a time of 4 hours and 53 seconds. UAE Team Emirates race leader Ulissi of Italy defended his green jersey and is on track to being declared the overall winner as the race wraps up on Sunday. Second and 22 seconds behind the race leader is Neri Sotoli Selli's Visconti, while Gazprom Uzvelo's Alexander Vlasov from Russia lies in third. Team Ineos's Ivan Sosa took the third stage of the Tour of Occitanie today in front of a defending champion Alejandro Valverde, who is still ahead of the general classification on the eve of the final stage. The strong offence from the young French-Russian rider forced the main leaders that included movie stars Valverde to react immediately. But Valverde couldn't match Sosa's sprint pace in the final 300 meters of the race to take victory ahead of the general classification leader. The final 154-kilometer stage take place tomorrow. The French volleyball team continued their run of form from Friday's game to today's contest, as they defeated Portugal in straight sets, securing a 3-0 League of Nations victory in the wake of an excellent Timothy Cowell's 12 points. Even with a largely overhauled team, France were never really tested in their matchup with Portugal. The men of Laurent Tilly made it 8 wins in 11 matches before they return again tomorrow against the host nation and current leader of the competition, Iran. On September the 15th, France and Portugal will meet in Montpellier in the first round of the European Championship.
In 1980, a historic strike, led by a 10 million strong movement called Solidarity, crippled Poland's shipyards in Gdansk. The authorities cracked down on the protest, arresting many and declared martial law. Lech Walesa, the leader of the workers' movement, refused to back down. It took 7 years to finally force the government into making significant concessions. In 1990, Lech Walesa became president of Poland. This was the first time since 1917 that a communist regime was removed through free elections. Under Walensa's leadership, Poland then transitioned into a free market economy. But everyone hadn't embraced the change. Today, the Solidarity Party has cozied up to the Nationalist Party and its anti-European diatribes.
We revisit the fall of communism in Poland, all this week on France 24.